crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir. Roadroo.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of, you want to see it? Chaga decaffeinated tea. You know, it's just not as good as a cup of nice roasted coffee. But I am on the raw food cleanse, so nope, not this morning. But if you guys are into silver and gold, that's what we'll talk about this morning. I know I talk about it every day now, but this is 20 years of work coming to the final days. I'm going to talk about it every day because every day there's good news to report. It is amazing. No, those people who are new to silver, this does not happen every day. The end of 150 years of price suppression does not happen every day, but this is what we're witnessing. And this is what it looks like. Silver is hovering around 27.70. They've been trying to slam it down. The only reason they're trying to slam it down, they know the game is over. The reason they're trying to slam it down is there are some people who are still offsides, meaning they have short positions that they don't have the physical. They know there's a lot of deliveries coming up in September, and they've been mandated by the federal government to get out of their silver manipulation game. I think it's by the end of the fiscal year of the United States, which is the end of September. So it's either take their lumps now, and the lumps are big, let me tell you. The lumps are big behind the scenes. You're going to see it leaking out over the next, well, let's see, the end of the quarter is the end of September, so it's October timeframe. You're going to see hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in surprise hits out of companies like HSBC. Keep an eye on HSBC. Deutsche Bank. Scotia Makata, obviously. Citibank. Bank of America. What the hell are these banks doing in there? We give them a banking license to create money out of thin air. It is an extremely valuable, important license to do things for the good of the community and the society and the economy. And they go and gamble it on gold and silver. Really? Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about where we are. We're running out of days. We have, counting today, 7 days. 7 days left for them to get out before the end of the August contract and the beginning of silver deliveries. So what did they do? Of course, yesterday they traded, over 260,000 contracts. What's that? Let me go to my calculator once again. 260,000 contracts times 5,000 ounces is 1.3 billion ounces of silver traded on the Comex yesterday. Look at all of August. August is going to be the largest Comex volume month in the history of history. Right before, like I said, the end of the game. Volume doesn't mean squat diddly other than use for manipulation. Why? Because who's trading these contracts back and forth? It's the same 4 or 5 banks. And the CFTC is not too stupid. They're too corrupt to stop it. It took the DOJ. See, it might be a stupid thing too. The DOJ goes in there for 30 seconds and comes down with 6 RICO charges for JP Morgan traders. The CFTC still can't get it. 3 long-term investigations. They even busted JP Morgan, according to Bart Chilton, CFTC commissioner. JP Morgan was illegally offsides in their short position after acquiring Bear Stearns. Even after making a deal, they broke the law. And when asked by Chris Marcus, why didn't you do anything? Why wasn't anybody stopped? You know what his answer was? This is Bart Chilton pretty much on his deathbed. If he really died from cancer, he was pretty much already knew by the time he did this interview. He said the reason they didn't do it was for political reasons. Well, Mr. Chilton, since when does political reasons literally trump the law? Since always in America. Welcome to the new America. Let's go back to the old America where we put people who break the law in jail. How about that? So just to note what happened yesterday, they did get rid of, there was a rollover of about almost 5,000 contracts. 4,998 came out of the September contract. That means they were closed. But 4,461 were rolled over to December. Now, that means about 500 contracts were closed out, meaning the losses were taken, most likely. And then we have a situation where we have 77,000 contracts. 77,000 contracts. We're going to do that math again. Times 5,000. So currently, right now, with 7 trading days left, we have the potential for deliveries of 385 million ounces of silver. They don't have it, obviously. So watch for more rollovers over the next 7 days. But they're not doing it fast enough. They got to do 10,000 a day, not 5,000 a day. So I do think we are going to see the biggest delivery month in the history of silver, of Comex contracts. Maybe, and here's where the maybe comes in. They might not have the silver, so they might have to close out the contracts in September. So it's either they pay up in physical silver or they close out the contracts by the end of the month, by the end of September. Any way you slice it, there's some serious shit coming down in September. And I don't care. I actually don't want the banks to collapse. I know the destruction that would happen. What I want is freely traded markets. So whatever they're doing between now and September with these massive volumes, fine, go ahead and do it. But come October 1st, these volumes better be this big, and there better be a tiny, tiny short position. Fully hedged short position, meaning they have the physical. What they're trying to do through BlackRock and other entities like that is take physical off the market and put it in SLV and claim that their SLV position, the banks that own the SLV silver, the authorized participants, those count as legitimate hedges. It's not enough, obviously. It won't work. But something big has to change on the Comex, and that is the amount of traded silver. Look at the volumes. There is no economic justification for this. There's no business justification for this. The only justification for trading over 1 billion ounces a day in silver is market manipulation. And market manipulation is against the law. I hate to tell you guys. CFTC, I hate to tell you, but market manipulation is against the law. If you don't want it to be against the law to trade billions of ounces of fake silver, then change the law. You know? Anyway, yep, that's my take. They definitely plan on putting something together post-September to rig the markets. I don't think it will work. I think it'll be open. I think all of us in the silver cavalry are going to expose them. Ted Butler leading the charge. Ted Butler is the man. Let me just tell you. I said it yesterday. He's still the man. All right. So the day before yesterday, or last week, when Warren Buffett said, I'm going to buy all his gold, I said, there he is. I told you. Buffett was hiding in the wings. Now he's going to watch for him to announce he's buying silver, too, if necessary. But another road to root, that's another road to root a hit, and there's just so many, it's flowing so fast right now. We got another one. How about Donald Trump talking about the Grand Canyon right now? Check this out. This is a speech he gave yesterday. You guys are going to love it. All you Road to Ruta members who keep searching in the Grand Canyon saying, what's going on, Bix, with the Grand Canyon and the Fed and the gold? Check this out.
And we signed a bill that's going to really be something incredible from an environmental standpoint, the biggest we've ever signed. They say other than Teddy Roosevelt. It goes back.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You can always find just the right
Sorry,
animation
guys.
that suits your video and your
Hey,
brand.
I'm not
See
bitching
the
about
video's
YouTube
logo
ads.
right
I use
here,
them too. We
but
got to make a
instead of
living,
that,
right?
Back to Teddy Roosevelt. I said, why isn't it bigger? Because we also did something tremendous for Utah. You know that? Thousands and thousands of acres. We opened it up. I said, why isn't it bigger than Teddy Roosevelt? I want bigger. Otherwise, I'm not signing it. They said, sir, he did the Grand Canyon and a few other things. I said, all right, that's pretty big. Grand Canyon is big. Do we agree? Even for Mike Lindell, the Grand Canyon. Even Mike would admit the Grand Canyon's tough to beat, right? So anyway.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Trump loves to drop hints. There's a big one. Big hint. Yes, Trump is going to open up the Grand Canyon gold. It's already mined. If the U.S. government, the U.S. military, there's a gigantic military base within the Grand Canyon to keep it all secret. 95% of the Grand Canyon has never been explored, other than by the U.S. military and the Smithsonian. Why? Because it would change history, and we can't have any of that. It would change the monetary system. Why do you think Woodrow Wilson locked up the Grand Canyon? Go to roadtoroot.com if you want more information. Now I'm getting the spiritual downloads on this, and it's just blowing my mind. Have another meeting with Ginny Moonstone tomorrow, and we're going to delve more into what was the Grand Canyon? What was going on there? How important is it monetarily with the gold, but spiritually and historically? Our history is not what we've been told. We've been lied to for so long, and it's time to open up that Pandora's box, that we aren't the first high-tech civilization that's ever been on planet Earth. We can't create those pyramids, most of those pyramids today, even with our mining equipment. How stupid are we to think that we created all the pyramids around the world at the same time, and we didn't have any tools? It's silly when you think about it. And why do you think there's a pyramid on the back of the $1 bill still to this day? We'll find out very soon, my friends. And those of you who think, Trump hates gold and Trump doesn't understand gold. Of course he understands gold. Gold is very important for the monetary system. Here's the top 10. This is a little old. It was before he became president, I think. Top 10 Donald Trump tweets about gold. The golden rule of negotiation. He who has the gold makes the rules. I've never seen anything like it. Everything he touches turns to gold. So nice. A quote by Fred C. Trump about his son, me. That's a classic Trump. Obama just made a trade with Russia. They get Florida, California, and our gold supply. We get borscht and a bottle of vodka. That was 2014, by the way. Before they accused Trump of working with Russia. The whole thing is so stupid. Trump, the quiet market is extremely fragile. Be wary of investing right now. Futures are way too dependent on the Fed. Donald Trump in 2013 talking about commodities and the futures and dependence on the Fed. He knows everything about gold. Golden rule of negotiation. He who has the gold makes the rules. Gold set to make record highs on price with the largest physical gold sales on record. Inflation is coming. Don't tell me Trump doesn't know what's going on with gold. And yes, he is still rigging the price of gold. But he knows. He's the guy who's going to open it up. Silver, on the other hand, doesn't even need Trump. The silver cavalry is bowling over the criminal cabal right now, and it solves so many of our problems. You want the deep state gone, you take away their money. You want the pedophiles gone, you take away their money. You want the criminals in Congress gone, you take away their money. What takes away their money? The silver cavalry. The silver is the Achilles heels of the banking cabal. And it is good to destroy the old system. It's the only thing we can do. Otherwise, they're going to hide everything. There'll be no revaluation, trust me. Or they'll hide everything they got. If you revalue everything, they have the same percentage of everything else. They've hidden it away much better than you have. You hide your money away in the bank. Obviously not Road to Ruta members. If any Road to Ruta members is keeping their vast majority of their assets in a bank or in the stock market or the bond market or any third party, you haven't been studying your road to Ruta. It's okay. If you're new, you'll get it sooner or later. If you don't hold it in your own hands, you don't own it, and it will be gone. Silver in your own possession. Oh my God, I cannot stress enough. Sub 30. I was screaming about sub $20 silver. Remember that? Silver was trading like 16, 17 bucks. I'm like, you're going to regret it for not buying under 20. I'm yelling it right now. You're going to regret it for not buying under 30. You're going to look back 6 months from now and say, oh my God, I can't believe what I just did. I could have got silver under $30 an ounce, and now it's $3,000 an ounce. What have I done? Bix was screaming at me, and I didn't listen. There you have it. If you want to buy silver, go to your local coin shop. Walk in the door. Hi, my name's Joe Schmo. What's your name? How long you been working here? Are you going to be around if silver goes crazy? Because I want to buy and sell a lot of your silver. I'm going to buy it from you now. I'm going to sell it back to you when it's 10 times higher. Are you going to be around? He's, yeah, I've been here for 40 years. Okay, who's your best competitor and how close are they? Oh, Steve down the street. He's a great guy. You go down and meet Steve. Say, hey, Joe Schmo's just sent me down here. Oh, wait, you're Joe Schmo. I'm Joe Schmo. Joe, the other Joe, sent me down. You get the point. Make friends with local coin dealers so you can play off them. Say, hey, Joe's offered me 5 cents cheaper per ounce. What are you going to do? And then after a while, you'll trust one. They'll give you a good price, and you're good to go. If you don't have a local guy, I've done all that work for you. I got my friend Andy Scheckman, who has promised Road to Ruta members a great price on any silver. Buy what he's got in inventory. Send him an email, andy@milesfranklin.com, milesfranklin.com, and buy up all his silver. I love it that he has to keep ordering more and more silver to put in inventory, because Road to Ruta people keep literally taking his inventory out. Keep it up. Sub $30 silver, you probably can't get it. There's premiums you got to pay. But literally, in 6 months, you're going to say, Bix did it again, that bastard. Shit, I should have listened when he said buy Bitcoin at $200. And I was screaming that. How about in the greenhouse screaming about Ethereum at $6? Remember that one? These things don't happen overnight. But if you hodl, if you hold on for dear life, you're in the right place at the right time. And with silver, it might be overnight. What's waiting a couple months? Right? A freely traded silver market has not been seen by humanity in over 150 years. That is going to be the mega monster. And it might happen when it breaks over 30. A lot of the technical guys are, well, it goes over 30. There's nothing stopping it to 50. And then what happens when it breaks over 50? Has silver ever been over 50 in the lifetime of silver? Not even close. Silver was the ceiling, the artificial ceiling that they put on silver in 1980 when they took the Hunt brothers out. And in 2011 when JP Morgan drove the price from 25 to 50 and then slammed it back down with the help of Bill Daley at Barack Obama's side as his chief of staff. And that's where we are, my friends. And just so you know, everything is going our way on the road to Ruta. Theta is booming at 41 cents? 44 cents. Why is Theta booming? Because nobody knows about it. And it's so important for the future of the internet. These big telecom companies cannot roll out 5G. They cannot roll out all this. The Internet of Things takes massive bandwidth. And Theta is a huge solution for that. And, oh, by the way, the economics of Theta is you're going to use Theta Fuel to buy bandwidth. All these Netflix and YouTube and all that. And it's cheaper for them. There's nobody against Theta. You're not fighting the banks. Bitcoin's going to be fighting banks its entire life. Litecoin's going to be fighting the banks its entire life. I'm not saying they're bad. There'll be a time and a place for everything. Theta, you're not fighting anybody. You're not fighting anybody. And people are starting to wake up to that fact. It's number 44 on the list. I think within 6 months, it'll be in the top 10. Within a year, it'll be in the top 5. Within 2 years, could be number 1 in market cap. What's more important, Bitcoin or the internet? Somebody, and a lot of the Theta people who are in it, who have been in it since it's been like $5, are somebody just got in as another validator node. We're up to 13 validator nodes, and this node has staked 4.678 million Theta, and it is unnamed. They try to find out who it is. So everybody in the Theta chat areas, Telegram and all this stuff, I wonder who it is. Is it Coinbase? Is it Sony? Is it, you name it? Remember, that's not a lot of money. 4.6 million Theta tokens is, what is that? Less than $2 million. Don't forget, look, Google has 5 million. 5 million is not a lot for Google. That's $2 million. That's nothing. They fart that. So yeah, I don't know. Anybody could start a validator node. It's probably Road to Root a member. Maybe it's me. Da, da, da. Let's start the conspiracy thing going. I wish I had that many. But check out now. A lot of these, the G Pool, a lot of those are Road to Root a members, and because it's a great place to stake. If you have 10,000 Theta, go to gpool.io and delegate it. Delegate stake. Use the delegate function, not the stake function. Use the delegate. And you basically are using the Gpool Guardian node summary. So you're piggybacking. And it's flying. Look at that. 26 million Theta tokens have been. And don't worry about, at least not now, concentration, centralization. Gpool, yes, it's the largest Guardian node, but it's only a tiny fraction of the total Theta that are out there of 1 billion. It's only 26 million. So just keep that in mind. If it gets, and the people who run the Theta pool are absolutely on the side of Theta, and they will do nothing to screw up. If it gets too concentrated, it's easy to split off and make another Guardian node and say, hey, I can do it to Road to Root people. I can start my own Guardian node and say, okay, everybody piggyback off this one if it got too concentrated. So don't worry about that at this moment. But everything's coming up roses for Theta, and if you're a Road to Root member, of course, I send out Theta with every subscription. Hit subscribe today. I send out 50 Theta and 50 Theta fuel, loaded on a paper wallet and mailed to your front door for a 1-year subscription to Road to Root. All right, so yes, Theta is doing well. When other cryptos are kind of on hold, just wait till the other cryptos start booming, because a lot of it is based on what's the price of Bitcoin, because most of the trades happen between Bitcoin and Theta. It's the pairs. As you can see, you click on market pairs at CoinMarketCap, and you can see all what's going on with the market pairs and all that stuff. And remember, Theta is coming to Coinbase very soon, which means all the exchanges will carry it, which means quadruple, 10x, 100x moves, I don't know. But what it will do, I'm not so excited about it. No, I am. Don't get me wrong. There'll be the initial flush. Oh my God, it's on Coinbase. And then the market riggers are going to slam it down. The key is, though, U.S. citizens will be able to buy as much Theta as they want and take it off the exchanges. And even better, the visibility of Theta. And people say, why is this coin Theta moving so fast? Why is it consistently up 20% a day? Why is it jumping? And what have I missed out on? And then they'll run after Theta Fuel. Why is Theta Fuel priced at 45, 50 to 1 when they were given out at 5 to 1, and all the YouTube and Netflix need to buy Theta Fuel to use their platform? That was my voice of those people thinking. I know. It's better, but all this is good news on the road to Ruta. Beautiful stuff. It's why we got in. Obviously, silver has been a 20-year passion of mine. Theta has probably been a 1-year passion of mine. But they're both going to be very, very, very good investments in the long run. And they're highly manipulated. Even Theta is manipulated, absolutely. So, that was all the good news. Here's the bad news. Close call. Android unexpectedly makes the closest pass of Earth on record. Now, a lot of psychics, like Woo Woo Dude, has said, get ready for a lot of asteroids and comets coming in. Some will hit. We're being protected from some. I think we're protected from this one. Asteroid 2020 QG just made a close pass by our planet. Made the closely pass by. What? Just made the closely pass by of our planet on record. The most amazing part, scientists didn't even see it coming. That's scary. The asteroid came as close as 4,778 miles from the center of the Earth, according to NASA's database of near-Earth objects, and a new report by Forbes. It's the lowest point it could have been, just 1,000 miles over our heads, lower than almost all artificial satellites that are currently orbiting Earth. The asteroid wasn't spotted until after it passed the Earth, which is wild considering it is officially the closest call since we started following such passes in 100 years. Wow. The asteroid had a diameter of about 10 to 20 feet, according to NASA, who also says that the asteroid likely didn't pose a threat. Even if it had entered Earth's atmosphere, it would have likely burned up in the atmosphere. Okay. And here's a graphic. Here it comes, the green stripe. Now, what I want to know is, was there any kind of interference coming in here, like advanced technologies? We've had a space program for, oh, there it is right there. Oh, no, it's fake. Pretty cool, though. Was it ETs that misdirect, changed? I don't know. Nobody knows. And, by the way, if it was solid iron, it wouldn't have burned up in the atmosphere. So keep that in mind as you're discovering what's in these asteroids. Hey, you members at Road to Ruta, so much good stuff. Go to roadtoruta.com, hit the private road. I put the notes on the Wizard of Oz. That's the Warren Buffett analogy of that Oz the Great and Powerful. Watch the movie and read that article, and you're going to say, holy crap, that's exactly what's happening with Warren Buffett. Jenny Moonstone readings. I'll be posting a new one tomorrow or Friday. I'm meeting with Jenny. We're going to talk silver. We're going to talk, obviously, gold in the Grand Canyon. And I got a couple other really interesting subjects to cover with her. A T-Fuel information page. Here's the latest one. Click on the private road year zero updates. And here's the latest one I talk about. Did the sun deposit massive gold in the Grand Canyon? By the way, the answer is yes. Why yes? Along with other things. Spiritual things, geologic things. It's amazing. It's amazing. The most amazing thing is most people have just gone to the Grand Canyon, look over the top and say, oh, that's really cool, and then walk away and go to the restaurant and go home. It's been right in our face for over 100 years. I mean, obviously it's been in our face for thousands of years. But the truth has been known by the United States for well over 100 years of what was in the Grand Canyon, why it is so special, why it is so important. It is the picture of what's on the back of the $1 bill. Yes, there are pyramids within the base of the Grand Canyon. And massive amounts of gold. I am one to say no, I wouldn't mine it at all. You don't need gold. Gold's everywhere in the universe. Our sun spits out gold by the trillions. Spits out by the trillions. 2.4 trillion tons of gold in the sun. That's where gold's created. Really interesting stuff. No gold bugs ever talk about this stuff. They say, oh, no, I believe Jeffrey Christian that 200,000 tons of gold has been mined on planet Earth, and that's all. That's all we have. That's it. 200,000 tons. Bullshit, Jeffrey. Take my hat off to you. Inside joke. All right, you guys. That's all I got. I'll talk to you later.